Tell you about something I've been doing differently when making props. So before I used to use Mod Podge or the rubber sealant spray after dremeling and shaping and heat shaping and all that stuff with my props, but now what I like to do is I use wood glue. The reason I like it is sometimes when you are heating your props with the heat gun, you can get a texture on your foam, and no matter how much you dremel it, no matter what you scale down to in terms of your sandpaper, you're still going to get some texture, and wood glue does a good job of filling those in and then making this little hill on top to get a really smooth finish. So this is a prop I'm working on right now. This is the Strawberry Belle from Tokyo Mew Mew. And I also use this technique, I talked about it a little bit in my Tia Peppa build. I used it for her earrings. And what it also does is it gives it, it's a little dusty, but it gives it a nice rubbery texture, and it almost feels like a vinyl or leather now, whereas before it was really floppy foam. Like literally, look how stiff that is. And that's a really nice quality to have in something like this when you're using very fine details on 2mm foam. This as well, I scorched the back of it a little bit and I filled it in with some wood filler, and now I have a nice smooth surface to work on with the wood glue doing the rest of the work. It does take a lot of layers, anywhere between 6 and 10, so you need a lot of patience. I'm making a mold out of this one. This is going to be exciting. Super smooth, and that's something you want when you're molding and resin casting. You want a nice smooth finish, and it really helped me with this piece because I sanded it a lot. When you're using especially a lower density foam too, you're going to get some texture when you heat it or you overheat it on accident. Things happen when you're building. You're going to want to use a brush that's really smooth. These white ones that I tend to find in the store that are super soft tend to do the job, and if it's tapered, even better. And the reason I learned this technique is I learned it from Warbler. I learned it from working with thermoplastic. After you heat thermoplastic, it does have a texture to it, which is really cool if you're making an antique type prop, but not so cool if you're making a prop that's brand new armor, like elvish armor that's supposed to be very sleek and smooth. So the technique is you add a bunch of wood glue on top, and eventually it levels that surface to be really smooth. You can even add some gesso first to fill in the cracks, or whatever your preferred filler is. Just be aware, the more plastery that filler is, the less flexibility you have. What I mean is, because it's plastery, it's more likely to crack, but wood glue has a nice rubbery texture. It's very flexible, which I like. Let me show you. Well, I can bend this and I'm not getting any wrinkles, which is super nice. And it feels stronger than Mod Podge. Mod Podge for me feels sticky. It feels sticky, and sticky can be good as a base, but I really like the wood glue as a base. It's shiny, it's glossy, it gives me that smooth finish that I really like. With this piece especially, this is working in 2mm foam, and this circle right here is also 2mm foam. And when I attached it originally, so these were two separate pieces. This was a donut I cut out and carefully shaped into a donut. It's completely smooth, it's not flat. It doesn't have sharp corners. This is beveled very carefully. And then this part was also 2mm foam, but they weren't connected. I connected them with contact cement, and I used so many layers of wood glue that now they're bonded together forever. Like, this is not gonna break. This is awesome. So this is a fully thermoplastic Warbler piece. It's been fully shaped, fully sculpted, and wood glue was the base, the primer, if you will, for the paint. This is 2mm foam with several layers of wood glue. And the finish is it's really lovely. This is the other one. I just really like it. It looks really good. It feels like cork, feels like leather, and it adds a nice stiffness and kind of adds some structure to your prop. So give it a shot. Sometimes you just gotta throw things at the wall and see what sticks.